Hey guys, my name is Chris, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Deadlock. More specifically, Trophy Collector. Now, I know this might be a controversial opinion, but I genuinely hate the item Trophy Collector. And I just wanted to make this video to show everyone why you should never, under any circumstances, buy this item. In my humble opinion, this is single-handedly the most useless item in the entire game. And by that, I don't mean it's weak. I don't mean it's not a good item. I mean it literally serves zero purpose outside of being a paperweight on your item slots and bait for new players to show everyone else they do not know how to play this game.
Whoa! This is worthless.
This may get a bit confusing because I use the word kill, but it is interchangeable in this scenario with assist, so do keep that in mind. Trophy Collector has pretty nice stats on paper. With every kill, you gain bonus max HP, sprint speed, ability range, and passive souls per minute, which is a unique feature that no other item boasts. As a matter of fact, only one other item in the game can provide innate bonus soul income. Now in reality, Trophy Collector essentially functions as an IV drip of stats that doesn't become worth the time it took to buy it until late into the game where it is rendered obsolete. The passive income on paper seems like a good idea. However, in most MOBAs, and especially in Deadlock, early momentum is by far, if not the most valuable asset you can have as a player and as a team. When someone tells me that Trophy Collector pays for itself, that is a factually correct statement. Yes, Trophy Collector pays for itself eventually. However, the fact of the matter is that at 10 minutes or post lane, which is when you would want to buy this item to begin building stacks, is when 3200 souls is the most valuable it will ever be for the rest of the match. Something I don't hear many people talking about, but I find is very true, is your first tier 3 or 4 item is the most impactful purchase you will make, and will define how you build and how you approach every scenario going forward. Making your first major investment to buy a slow burn item like Trophy Collector will be how you can instantly put any tempo or pressure you have established early to a screeching halt. The average game of Deadlock goes about 30 minutes, and you do not have 10 minutes to waste to be stronger later. Every second not spent making yourself stronger immediately by hitting power spikes is a second that your enemy is more powerful than you and can push objectives uncontested. In the same patch that Trophy Collector was added, Valve added another item called Cultist Sacrifice. It is very clear from a design standpoint that both of these items were designed to be comparable in stats and functionality. The difference is that one is clearly and by far the better item in every meaningful way. Cultist provides the same amount of ability range that Trophy Collector provides at max stacks immediately. A very considerable fire rate bonus which grows with boons, as well as bonus health that scales consistently over time instead of through kills. These bonuses are able to be utilized from the moment you buy and use Cultist, with the drawback of some downtime between uses. On top of all of these stats, it provides the same, or at some points more souls per minute as Trophy Collector, assuming you are consuming one large denizen every 5 minutes, which is not an insane goal to achieve. The only stat that Trophy Collector has over Cultist is sprint speed, but there are several significantly better options for sprint speed than this, like for example sprint boots, an item that Trophy Collector builds from for 1/4 of the price. This chart that I made compares Cultist with Trophy Collector at the rates of 1 stack per minute or a more realistic 0.5 stacks per minute. While yes, Trophy Collector can outperform Cultist early if you are farming a lot of stacks quickly, no matter which way you slice it, this is only a detriment to yourself in the long run. When you buy Trophy Collector, you make a gamble on yourself. that you will get enough kills fast enough to make this investment worth the cost. If you just so happen to win this bet, you'll be placed in a lead overall, but there are simply better tier 3 items on every hero for every build to snowball with when you look at your options. The only scenario where Trophy Collector makes itself worth the investment is if you are farming kills at a rapid pace and snowballing so hard that the difference would be negligible. If you do not win this gamble, you are now in a 3,200 soul deficit, which will drag you down until the self-imposed soul gap is cleared. Not only does Trophy Collector stifle and slow down good gameplay, it can easily take a molehill and make a mountain out of it. Now beyond its place in the meta, Trophy Collector is antithetical to Deadlock's core game design. As I'm sure you know, Deadlock is a hero shooter, but more importantly, I find some people seem to forget this game is also a MOBA. In MOBA games, like Deadlock, kills and assists are rarely, if ever, the deciding factor in a match. Often, at high levels of play, kill counts can be relatively low, and more often than not, lower rank matches see more kills overall due to poor, sloppy, and misguided gameplay. Trophy Collector flies in the face of this and prioritizes team fighting and kills over proper strategy, teamwork, and objective-based gameplay. For newer and inexperienced players, an item like Trophy Collector can encourage mentally prioritizing securing kills over pushing objectives by rewarding one over the other, setting them up for developing bad habits and discouraging growth in other areas. Overall, in my opinion, Trophy Collector in its current state is entirely outclassed in every metric and will need serious adjustments on a fundamental level before it can find its place in this game. That's about the end of my rant. I just wanted to try and get this message across that has been weighing on my mind recently. I have a couple other Deadlock video ideas I plan to work on, so if that's something that you would like to see, then go ahead and stick around.